my strategy session is called a strategy session, but I'm going to say it's much more of an experience, There are 3 parts to this experience, and I have created it in such a way that I know can deliver brilliant results. So, first and foremost, I know how busy my clients are. The time that they have with me in the day is one of the 17 things that they have to do that day. So time is of the essence. And when they are working on their strategy, that's what they want to do. And so introducing pre-work has been game-changing, not only for me, but for the client as well. So in advance of our time together, I will send over some pre-work. This is for you to complete by typing it. I was going to say writing it. You don't have to post it back. Or you can voice note it. If you just want a free flow voice note and say it's this, it's this, it's this, absolutely fine, whatever you prefer. And then what can happen before we meet is that I do my own personal prep. So I come up with some ideas. I look at some of the things that you've mentioned on your pre-work. So say you're saying to yourself, right, I really want to look at my pricing and packaging. I will do my own research in terms of what you're doing right now and all of that good stuff. So by the time that we meet for our strategy session, we're both in a mutual understanding of what we're here to do. It will be very clear, and you don't feel like you have to use the whole hour sharing your whole life story and kind of catching me up, because I will be there. I'll be right there with you. And also as the client, when I've been a client in the past, I don't like going into things where I feel a bit cold, like they don't know anything about me. So we will be all good and up to date before we meet. Then we have our time together, and you can bring one thing or you can bring 17 things to that particular session, and we can work through it. So you might just want to do one area, like money I mentioned. You might want to look at your pricing and your packaging, or you might like to look at much more of a holistic thing of like, okay, I want to do this income stream, but how am I going to market it? What kind of content do I need to create around it? All of that good stuff. And then we finish after the strategy session with a week of email support. This is essentially the golden time, I think. The number of, and this is why I've begun doing this, the number of seminars, workshops, all day scenarios I went to, that I would leave like with this little spring in my step. I'm going to do this thing. I've got my notes. I've learned all of this. Everything's become clearer. And then the next day I would sit at my notebook and think, I don't know where to start, or why can't I understand my own writing, etc. And so knowing that you have that continued support for a week afterwards is golden time, essentially. Because if you have any of those self-development hangover wobbles the next day of like, I don't know, is this going to work? Or I don't really know where to start. You've got me there as an anchor, as somebody who's like, we know what this is about, and I can help you unpick it. The way that you're going to get results is through action, is through doing it. And so having that week together after our time together is going to be great. It's going to give you plenty of time to experiment, to get things up and running. And that support is unlimited for that week. So you've got plenty of time to send me stuff, a solid first draft, and just have that accountability. Just continue that situation of like, right, okay, I'm doing this. And I know that so many of these things have been on my clients' to-do list for months/years, and they're just ready. They're like, I need to, why is that page on my website not done? Oh, I need to record that workshop. Okay, how do I get that done? And knowing that you've got somebody at the end of the phone is really, really powerful. And for me, it's a way that I like to work as a client as well. I know that I am motivated and I'm proactive to a point, but there comes a point where if I'm left to my own devices with no time scale or no clarity, yes, that I need it. I need the accountability. If you want to find out more, or if you just want to go ahead and book and you're like, I'm ready, let's do this, now is a great time to do this. So you can just go to my Work With Me page, book a strategy session, and yeah, let's dig in. I can't wait to get started. Bye.